Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Monday. It is Mindful Monday, but more importantly, it is day 5 of body positivity. So we're going to start with the Soul Truth Self-Awareness card deck. These are new decks I just got, so I haven't really looked at them, but or done my blessing on them, but let's see what we get, right? So, alrighty. Oh, there's a lot of stuff before. There's a lot of stuff happening at the beginning of these cards. Oh, I see. It's the back. It's so dense. Anyways, all right. So, let's just shuffle. I didn't realize there was stuff on the back too. This is going to be exciting, huh? So, ooh, wow. Okay, this is why I need to bless them, because they're a little all over the place. Wow, did you see that? Maybe I don't. Maybe they just know what they want. So, anyways, all right, one more. Wow, one more shuffle. These are the Soul Truth, these are the Soul Truth, Soul Awareness cards. So, all right, and then we'll get to Body Positivity day number 5. So, all right, card number 1. Where can I ask for more help in my life? So, Brené Brown. Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. So today's soul action. Today, ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. And the mantra, I ask for what I want and I am open to receiving it. All right. The next one, who am I ready to forgive? I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become. Carl Jung. Oh, I love Carl Jung. So anyways, it is time to let go, forgive, and move on. Or is it time to let go, forgive, and move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how is the resistance holding you from what your soul wants? So remember, let's see. I'm trying to explain this, but you're not releasing them from what they did. You're releasing yourself from what they did. So it doesn't mean that you're letting them off the hook. It just means that you are giving yourself that peace so you can move forward. All right. So today's soul action, write a forgiveness letter, then practice. Oh, my favorite. Then practice the Ho'oponopono prayer today while thinking of the person you are ready to forgive. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. So, and if you know me, if you don't know me, I do these services through Etsy under the Aloha Perspective. If you do know me, just message me and I'll run through it for you real quick. Am I on the right path? Am I on the right path? Sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we were even on the right path at all. You are on the right path. Keep going, keep believing, keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you can't see it, that doesn't mean it's not real. Today, search for all the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. The next one, how can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? Growing our self-love is medicine to the world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, you are able to give the world more grace. Look at yourself with a grace filter. You are meant to be in this moment of your life. Release the inner critic and fill in that hole with your soul's truth, that you are infinite, you are loved, and you are already there. And the last one, who can I serve today? Who can I serve today? Remember, you should always serve from a full cup. So, in a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Today's soul action. Listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spread more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. So, serving others doesn't sound the way they make it sound. It means you are giving of yourself for the betterment of other people. You're helping people. That's basically what to be in service to other people means. like volunteering or just doing nice things, picking up the tab, you know, just little different things. But, you know, don't do things so you get taken advantage of either. All right. We are on day 5 of body positivity. Of 30 days of 30 non-consecutive days of positivity, body positivity. What is something your body has accomplished? What is something your body has accomplished? Mine has managed to keep me alive. Right? Straight up facts. Mine has managed to keep me alive. And I'm grateful. I'm super duper grateful for that. So anyways, yeah, what is something your body has accomplished? I mean, think about it. You know, a lot of times, like I said, I'm going to preface a lot of these with the typical thing I say. This is not about what size you are. This is about what's going on up here that makes you just not like yourself. Hello, Father. Oh, really? You're leaving already? So anyways, I'll call you after this. So anyways, but yeah, what is something your body has accomplished? Mine has accomplished several 5Ks, which I am proud of. And I have medals, and they weren't easy. I'm not really a runner. So I wish I was, because it's just one of those weird fantasies. My fantasy is to be a runner, but it's not something that I can do normally just because of my repaired heart, because I do have a regurgitating valve, so I do get short of breath. I'm sure I can train myself to be dealing with that, but, you know, 5Ks are what I like, you know, I mean, but the thing is, my body has done that. It has, again, because of the fact I've had heart surgery, it's kept me alive all this time. So, yeah. You know, what has your body done for you? And honestly, be very, very honest with yourself. What has your body done for you? I mean, you know, are you a mom? Have you given birth to somebody? You know, or even still, even if you're not the one carrying your child, you know, maybe you produce the eggs that created this child. That's still your body doing something magical. If you're a guy, same thing, right? I mean, it takes 2 people to have a baby. Or, you know, just in general, as a human being, what different things that you probably don't think about every day that your body has done. Maybe you go hiking. Maybe you go to the gym. Maybe you, you create things. These are all your body. This is your body doing stuff. And when you're putting these beautiful things out into the world, this is why we need to be kind to our bodies, because you are able-bodied. There are people who aren't able-bodied that still manage to do amazing things in this world, who still manage to accomplish so much. There was a father-son duo, and they both since passed away. But Sibling and I were watching, I think it was on 60 Minutes, and it was an old interview, and I think the reason they showed it was because the son, who died at 61 just a few months ago, he had passed away. So it was, the son he was unable to walk, barely able to speak. He actually communicated very similarly to how Stephen Hawking communicated, and via a computer. But they started doing runs together. And I don't mean just runs. I mean, they competed, in marathons. First they did a 5K, and then the son loved that so much. And he was pushing his son in a specially made chair. And he was like, I'm not a runner. This is not me, blah, blah, blah. But he loved it so much. And then they ended up doing marathons. At one point, he even did the Ironman in Hawaii. The Ironman, I think it's a triathlon. That is not for the faint of heart. If you are not a trained athlete, you will die. You will die on this course. Because, I mean, it's like, I think you swim X amount of miles, you do a full marathon, and then you have I think you bike, and then you do a full marathon. I don't know. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And he did it with his son. They made a raft so he could swim. They made a special bike so he could put him on the front. And of course they had the running thing that they use when they did their marathons. So this was a man who never probably dreamt, he kind of alluded to the fact that he never thought this is where his life would lead him. And yet here he was doing all these things to the point where now I think it's at the starting line or the finish line of the Boston Marathon. There's a statue of him and his son in one of their poses where he's running with him. So he says, you know, I'm the body and he's the heart. And so they were a duo. But, you know, again, I'm sure that in his son's mind, this isn't something he ever thought he'd be able to do, but here his father was making it happen. And here's a father who says, yeah, I never thought I'd be running these things or doing any of these things. I don't think he woke up one morning when he was 20 years old and said, yeah, I'm going to do the Ironman one day. No, he did all this stuff for his son. And because, you know, it helped his son feel alive. And, you know, it's very possible that's what helped his son live this long. I mean, the father died quite a few, I don't know, about maybe a decade ago. But the son kept going and it inspired other people. Other people started going out with their kids, or runners were volunteering and taking kids, disabled children or physically challenged children out and running, you know, just kids I never met, you know, just to give them that feeling. So it created a movement and it created something. And this is all because of something one person's body accomplished to support another person who was unable to do all these things. And it's a very inspiring story. Now, I'm not saying go out there and run a billion marathons or do the Ironman. No, what I'm saying is give yourself some grace. What has your body done? Did your body get out of bed today? You know, were you hurting? There are people who have chronic pain, who struggle, but they still make it through the day. If you are making it through the day, then your body has accomplished something. But look for the bigger things. You know, like I said, I'm really excited for the fact that, you know, I sometimes give myself a hard time because of my body. And yet I think, you know what? I have accomplished a 5K. And the only reason I did it was because one of the things, my mom used to do 5Ks every so often. And it was usually for breast cancer, and she'd do it with a group of ladies. And one of the things she always wanted to do was do a 5K at Disneyland. And she died before she ever got the chance to do that. So that was my goal. My goal was to do a 5K for my mom. And I ended up doing about 4 or 5 before I kind of got sidelined by my knee. My doctor told me no more. So I did my friends actually signed me up for the Angels 5K, which is great because that's where I met my friend Cheryl. And we've known each other for about 8 or 9 years now. So 8 years. So that's been a blessing in disguise. Then I did the Run Disney 5K, which was really cool, and that one really was for my mom. And believe it or not, that one was on a Friday. So I got up at the ass crack of dawn, did that 5K, went right to work. So unfortunately, because it was a holiday weekend, you know, I was banking on the fact that they would let us go early. So thank goodness they did. So then I did a couple months later, I did the pancreatic cancer awareness run. And I didn't run any of these. I walked them all. But it was the Aloha run that following March that really kind of tanked me. And because it was mostly on concrete, and my knee is basically bone on bone because of the knee surgeries I've had. So my doctor told me, it is not wise. He basically told me, I don't want you doing those anymore. So, you know, I mean, obviously he can't stop me, but I took it too much to heart. I should have still been doing it because, you know, I mean, knees are replaceable, right? But when you're doing something you love and that medal you get at the end that makes you feel, it's not just about the medal and feeling that accomplishment. It's about knowing that medal represents your desire to do these 3.1 miles, which may not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but depending on the weather, depending on the track, or not the track, but the path, or the route, that's the word I'm trying to say, it can be hard. It's not that easy. So, and even for 5Ks, you got to train for those because your body is sitting there. I mean, my first 5K, I didn't train that hard. I should have, but boy, my calves are screaming after. And I actually had a hockey game to go to in the next 3 hours after that. So it's just kind of like the 5K was at 8, finished about 10, and the game was at 1 in LA. And it's just like, oh my God, sibling, I don't know if I'm going to survive this. But I actually texted a friend who told me, here, this is how to get your calves to stop burning. But boy, they still hurt. They still hurt. You're doing a lot of walking when you're at an arena. So I know, right? At least I was in a cold arena. But yeah, these are some of the things my body's accomplished. And Like I said, just alone, me being alive and talking to you right now is a huge accomplishment for my body. So you need to ask yourself, and like I said, be very, very honest. And if you are a mom and you have given birth, try to find something else. Because yeah, that is a miracle. And wow, your body did accomplish a big, ginormous thing. But try to think of something else. What else has your body done? I mean, outside of motherhood, because that's pretty miraculous. There are a lot of little miracles in that, anyways. With the feeding and all the things your body does when it changes and this and that. Honestly, for all of us who survived puberty and growing pains, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I mean, think about it, right? We're born these tiny little things, and then we grow. We grow. We're like plants. We're like plants, literally. And it's an amazing thing. But I don't think we always give ourselves the credit that we need to realize what we have accomplished, to realize what we have done in our lives. So, be kind to yourself. I know this isn't, some of these shows are not going to be that long because there's only so much we can talk about when it comes to the questions. So for the next 5 or 6 more days, there may not be a long discussion. You don't need to hear me rambling on and on and on about a topic and just going in circles. So again, what is something your body has accomplished? And again, be absolutely 100% honest. Think of even just what you would consider the smallest thing, because the smallest thing to you might be a big thing to somebody else. I was able to walk a 5K. Not everybody can do that. So, give yourself some kudos, give yourself a pat on the back, and remind yourself that the body is a miracle every single day. All right. So, and you remember, keep doing your affirmations. I am enough. When you're walking past your reflection, I am enough. And if you're walking on the street and you see yourself in the window, you don't have to say it out loud. You can if you want. If somebody says, "What are you doing?" Saying, "I am just, reaffirming that I am enough." And they may roll your eyes or you may inspire them. It's up to you, but you can say it in your head. All right. You don't have to say it out loud, but when you say it, no matter how you say it, whether it's verbally or non-verbally, say it with passion and say it with meaning and say it like you believe it. All right. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Tomorrow will be day number 6 of 39 consecutive days of body positivity. And tomorrow will be an interesting one. I'm glad I read ahead. But yeah, because I'm gonna have to think about this one. But anyways, I'll be back here tomorrow, 8:30 again. Good Lord, it must be Monday. 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, Facebook Live. All lives are public. Anybody can watch under Shelley Marie Lucas. Or you can catch the replay on the Aloha Perspective Facebook page and the Aloha Perspective YouTube page. My mind, guys. Sorry. I am so sorry. And also, for the people on the go, I'm actually doing a TikTok version of this. So this one's not that long, but the next one will be even shorter on TikTok because you only get about 10 minutes max. So if you want to take me on the go, I'll do them right after these shows. So usually by about 9 o'clock, they should be up. All right. So again, or 9 a.m. Pacific time. So have a great, great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you back here tomorrow for day number 6 of Body Positivity.